It's more than just coincidence. You look around and see the earth, the moon, the sun, and the sky, a beautiful creation of Allah. So how could you deny?
How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar. How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our show, The Philosophy of the Islamic Law. And we are glad, as always, to welcome Professor Muhammad Naim al-Sai, the Professor of the Islamic Law in the American Open University, the School of Sharia. Professor Muhammad, last episode we were talking about the divisions of the Islamic law, that it's separation between the rules of how we worship and the rules of how we deal with others. And you mentioned that even this separation is not made by the Quran or the Sunnah, but it's made by the Muslim scholars, basically as academic way to teach others. And then you went inside and you said even there is a separation inside the branch itself, like the act of worshipping, there's more divisions. Please tell us more how they come up with this idea and what are the problems that come up with it.
Yes. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Rasulullah wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا من لدنك علما برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين واجعل هذا الكلام كله خالصا لوجهك الكريم. As you said before, that Muslim scholars, they are so genius, so advanced in their thinking on how to organize the knowledge they have. So they made it this way, make different categories. So they put it the section of worshipping, how to rule your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the Creator, with your Lord, and the other section, the section of how to rule your relationship and your act with others, within your family, or your neighborhood, within your employees, everything. How to sell, how to buy, how to marry, how to divorce. They call it the section of mu'amalat, dealing with others, in order to make it easier for student. So this academic organizing, educational designing, they did not mean because they were not those people to separate between first section and the second section. Unfortunately, as I said, it did happen that Muslim people, Muslim nation, they came to the level of full separation between the first section and the second section. We were sometimes condemned, maybe the West, how they come the idea of separation between the state and the religion. And they said this is like produced by them, brought up by them, because they have their own condition and criterias and situations and event, everything, every factors. They push them to separate between the religion and the church.
Yes.
And we say we don't have this. Our Islam originally to come with a combination of state and religion. First section and the second section, how to deal with Allah, your Lord, how to deal with others. And as I said, the first section is to be at the service of the second section. Both of them to be the service of your mission in this life. Unfortunately, Muslims, they gradually, century after century, they come to that stage of full separation between first section and the second section. So you can see people really praying, fasting, making Hajj more than one time, especially these days.
Making pilgrimage.
I call that Hajj the Hajj of famous and rich, because they make Hajj every year. It's easy for them. They have enough money to make Hajj every year. And they forget about other Muslim people, they are in need to get married or to have a home or something like this. I said, from fiqh point of view, I tell everyone who is able to make Hajj every year, unless he make in the second Hajj enough extra money to help others, they are in need to get married or to have a home or ride. Otherwise, he should take that money, the money of the expenses of the second Hajj, and give it to these people. But this is like the side of what we are talking about. So the full separation, as I said, so you could see people making Hajj, praying, but when they come to the field of selling or buying or authorizing someone to do something or renting something or maybe being guardian for orphan people or being husband, they are a disaster in that second section. Maybe it's not enough for this ummah to make that separation. As I said, it did go further and further in many aspects of our life. They did go to the first section and make another separation. They go to the second section, make another separation. The first section, the section of act of worshipping, they separate between the frame, the picture, the form of the ibadah, the worshipping, and the meaning and the aim and the goals and wisdoms of this worshipping. They separate between the form of praying, ruku', sujood, is the form and frame and the meaning of praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They go to fast Ramadan, separate this, make that separation between the form of fasting, stop eating, drinking, doing what is lawful to you before you fast, and that's it. It's like physical fasting. Physical fasting to show other that I'm fasting, and then after sunset you are the same person before Ramadan. You are doing everything against the meanings and the goals and wisdom of fasting in Ramadan. Go to Hajj. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. It's a tragedy sometimes. Wallah al-Azim, when you hear sometimes that during the Hajj itself, not after the Hajj, someone during the Hajj on Arafat, he is getting angry, he is fighting with someone, he is insulting someone with bad word, cannot be said in the street of some maybe famous city like Las Vegas. He is bringing that very harsh word on Arafat during the Hajj. So what kind of Hajj he's doing that person? So full separation between the Hajj as a form, as a frame, and the meanings and the goals and wisdom of this Hajj. This is in the section of Ibadat. Now if you go to the second section, you will be more ashamed.
Really?
Wallahi la ilaha illallah. Someone is being very happy and very proud about himself that he was able to steal that land legally.
Legally? Steal it
Stealing,
legally?
so I call it like legal thief, legal theft, legal steal. He did buy it. He did pay money. And he got the land. How? By putting pressures on the lady of this, the owner of this land. She is old lady. She doesn't know the prices of the this land or the whole maybe market. She's not aware of it. Or maybe some orphan people with some guardian, but that guardian is very unfaithful person. He was making some deal with this person. So at the end he got the land.
Legally?
So legally. From fiqh point of view, he did fulfill the requirement of the form of selling and buying. But he lost the spirit, the meaning, the wisdom of selling and buying in Islam.
SubhanAllah.
And that person, he will be a very successful person in this life. He will maybe run away with it, but the day of judgment will be stopped. Come here. How did you get this land? And this is what you be ashamed of when you see it's not just like selling or buying. Maybe most of our aspect of life we have seen this to be practiced in a very shameful way. husband, wife, children.